And I want to talk about Dwyane Wade signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's the truth about what we generally fear. We fear things that are new because we're all creatures of habit. We don't like new stuff. We just don't like new stuff. Those new technology, that new phone, that new law, that new movement, that new culture. We fear new stuff. And then the reason we fear new stuff is we're creatures of habit. And we also think that new stuff maybe has more power than us. It pulls away from us. It silences our views. We fear what we can't have or what's pulling away from us. All this player movement in the NBA, all I heard, it's bad for the NBA, it's terrible, it'll kill small markets. Oklahoma City hated this stuff 2 years ago. Today they have Melo, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook. You were afraid, Oklahoma City, and yet it's paid off. Markets like Oklahoma City, Cleveland, oh my God, they're pulling away from us. You're the big beneficiary of this stuff, it seems to me. Golden State, Boston, Cleveland, Houston, OKC, Minnesota feel like all-star teams. Of the 24 all-stars in the NBA last year, 8 have moved. Don't fear change. Don't fear new. Just adapt to it. Okay? This player movement is fantastic. And by the way, the NFL, more than the NBA, is the league of change. In the last 3 years, the NFL's changed the PAT, overtime rules, kickoff change, lowered violence. I can remember working at ESPN 6-7 years ago when they started altering rules. Man, they're taking away the hits and the physicality. It's going to kill the NFL. Really? It's just set new records last year. Commerce, revenue, through the roof. It's just like all this political stuff now we have in sports. It's new. Players having a voice and you don't like it. And many people feel these rich millionaire athletes, they'll have an opinion and it will trample your love for patriotism or the military. That's the silliest thing in the world. Mobility is great for all people, especially professional athletes. For all of you that said this was going to kill the league, KD to the Warriors, ask yourself, is Paul George more interesting in Indianapolis playing with C.J. Miles and Lance Stevenson and Jeff Teague and George Hill and Miles Turner through the years? Or is Paul George more interesting playing with Russell Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony? Life changes. You can sit on the sidelines and be petrified, or you can adapt. Player mobility. From day one on this show, we predicted it would elevate the NBA. And I can't think of a time in my life where we literally have a season with 6 to 7 all-star teams. Oklahoma City's an all-star team. Minnesota now looks like an all-star team. Golden State's an all-star team. Boston's an all-star team. Cleveland's an all-star team. Houston's an all-star team. You fear what's new, and you fear what will pull away from you or trample your views. NFL players protesting does not in any way make your views, patriotism, or love for the military any less fundamental, heard, or important. D. Wade to Cleveland, Melo to OKC. It's about time players had choices. And I love what has happened over the last 2 to 3 years in the NBA.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.